I'm Chow, Group Chief Sustainability Officer at HKEX, and I'm here to meet with Hendrik Rosenthal, Director of Group Sustainability at CLP, to talk about carbon markets and all things sustainable in the energy sector. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, Paul.
Hello, Hendrik.
Good to see you.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me here. It's an impressive building.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, making your way here to 𝗙cie and to one of the most sustainable buildings in Hong Kong.
Wow. Okay, well, it's a great place to talk about sustainability then. So, Hendrik, CLP is a power company. It's taking a lot of active positions in Hong Kong in terms of the decarbonisation journey of the city itself, transforming the city into a sustainable finance hub. Tell us a bit more about how CLP approaches this big topic of sustainability and decarbonisation.
I guess we take this space quite seriously in terms of us being a front runner, which we've been trying to do for many years. But having that regulatory support now has really emboldened us that all the effort we've had in the past has come to a point where it's now compliance. And we hope to provide some pointers and maybe some direction or a reference rather to others in the community on how to make this happen and why to make it happen.
Hendrik, the energy industry is commonly seen as carbon intensive. Having said that, CLP is a responsible energy provider. So tell us a bit more about your decarbonisation journey. How do you achieve that?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, very important question, and it's quite fundamental for our business. So we've been really active in this since 2007, where CLP has had or continues to have a Climate Vision 2050, as we call it. And it really is a market-by-market approach for our portfolio. We have obviously a really big role to play here in Hong Kong. And our investments across the region, whether that's in China, in India, Australia, and here in Hong Kong, our commitment to phase out coal is well underway. This has been in the pipeline for over 10 years. We've ramped up our gas as a replacement for coal. But in addition to that, we also need to source additional zero carbon electricity. And even once we've deployed all we can at this juncture, there will be a remaining carbon footprint. Can we rely on the carbon markets to support our net zero journey to get us through the last mile of decarbonization?
And just on carbon market itself, what's the significance, you think, of having an international carbon marketplace in Asia? And for that, what do you think Core Climate can do in order to advance that, to progress that?
I think it's about creating the connectivity to our regional partners here in Asia-Pac. Being able to comfortably and reliably go to market and source credits or invest in projects in our region that support decarbonization. If you were to go to market and invest directly on the ground in projects to support some sort of reforestation project, for instance, that has legitimate carbon sequestration potential, it requires a lot of moving pieces. Create this whole ecosystem of your own intellectual know-how on how to do that. Or you can just go to Core Climate.
And just last question, now turning away from carbon markets, just as for energy providers such as yourselves, what other breakthroughs do you think can be achieved in order to further progress the sustainability journey?
Well, for us, it's about reducing our Scope 1 emissions primarily. Right. It's about phasing out fossil fuel. We need a steady supply of electricity, right? We need to make sure that in this vertical city that we live in, the elevators always work. No one wants to get stuck in an elevator, right? So we have to be able to create a reliable electricity grid while relying on zero carbon fuel sources. Can we shift it to an alternate fuel that is zero carbon? Is green hydrogen the correct pathway forward? Right. Do we need carbon capture and storage? So that's where the innovation, I think, is going. And this is the big assignment for us to 2050 to provide clarity going forward with our partners here in Hong Kong.
Okay. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much, Hendrik.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.